jam! Hello again, and welcome back to another episode of the Mana Pool. I think I might have screwed that up, but whatever.
A little bit.
At least you made it to the end before having to start over.
Something didn't sound right. This is episode 471 of the Mana Pool, brought to you, as always, by Brian's insane imagination.
Thank you. Wait, is that a compliment or not?
Yes. On this episode, actually, no. I think we should introduce ourselves as who we are.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, I'll go first. I'm Brian. I'm the GM, which means Game Master, and I'm going to be running this here thing for everybody and trying to kill them and failing miserably. Mwahaha. Wait, did I say that out loud?
I'm Mike. I'm Kareem, the red-aligned human soldier planeswalker, and I'm here to aggro all up in people's faces.
And I'm Dirk, playing as Alaric, the human monk, and I am, I guess, trying to negotiate my way into the game somehow.
Well, you do have all the weapons and no pants. So.
That's true. I had a discussion earlier that, I have arrows and a bow and a buckler, but nowhere on here does it say I have clothes. So, my arrow quiver is what's keeping me from having a really cold rump.
And I am Chewie, and I am the angel. The white aligned new hotness. I got a sword now.
You do, and I think I actually put it to good use last time.
I'm very happy that I have a sword.
So I could always kind of bring everybody up to speed, but I'm going to sneeze. Well,
while Brian sneezes, yes, this is the Magic RPG designed entirely by Brian. This is a new system thing of Brian's own creation. For those of you that are new, this is not like a D&D style. Brian sort of built this himself because that's what Brian does, and Brian's cool like that.
They did. They have released. Mike, what's the name of those?
Plane Shift.
Thank you.
I'm not Mike.
No, but I knew.
Called? Yeah, Plane Shift. Yeah, you're right.
I know.
What basically D&D manuals that incorporate the Magic the Gathering settings.
Yeah.
So this is completely of our own design. I say ours because I came up with it, but these guys are helping me test it, and you guys are all listening and going, "This is great," or possibly "This is terrible." So again. We've been doing this for a couple episodes. These guys are kind of knee deep. I'd say the story is approaching maybe the waist section of where these guys are. So, but again,
is that waist like above the belt or waist like?
Well, I'd say you're
mana?
Approaching it. Oh! I see what you did there. I meant like the body part, but
maybe
like a mana is a terrible thing to waste. Ulamog.
So, for those of you that are interested, we created our characters way back in episode 407. Oh, God.
Which is February of last year.
Yeah. We had our first outing with them in episode 423, our second outing with them in episode 430, which is entitled, Is My Character Literate? And then we finally brought it back in episode 450, almost a full year after we created our characters. Yeah, things happen and we have to talk about them.
See, I kind of thought this would be like I knew it wasn't going to be every episode, but I kind of pictured more like monthly or every other month. But never-ending previous season happens, and then we have things like Mythic Conscription, or somebody can't be there, and we all have to be here. So, or
we start a series with Chris Lansdell.
Yes. Geez, have we learned better than to start that again? So
no, because that's what we're going to have to do in the next couple weeks.
We still haven't
finished that.
Another installment. Yeah.
Right. So we're going to do this while we can. But so the last episode we said was 450. So about 21 episodes ago.
Yeah, only like, 7 months? That was in February and it's July. Okay, not quite 7 months.
Okay. Yeah. So, so everybody's named their characters. Everybody's still in pretty good health. So far, you've only had a couple encounters, and you come out pretty well on top of them. Last time, you did have a fairly minor encounter with some skeletal snakes. Does anyone want to describe very briefly what you encountered last time, story-wise, or do you need me to summarize it for you? I'm kind of curious to get your take on it and make sure that you're absorbing everything.
I don't remember much of anything because
we were going through, I think, a swampy area. There was a bunch of snakes. You attacked it with a sword. I shot it with an arrow, and I think Mike, one man punched it.
Wasn't that
that was something else. I wasn't
snake?
interested in bothering the snakes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kareem was
going to let
just
them
like
be snakes.
Yeah. I mean, there were skeletal snakes, but still, Kareem was like chilling. He's like, nah. Do you recall, like, in the greater scheme of things, like what you were doing?
We had talked to the
library dude.
Well, no, that was a while ago. We had talked to the chief, what's his face, of that fortress, that Avon guy who was probably also aware, a lycanthrope of some type, based on what Dirk told us.
Mm-hmm.
Artosis.
And, say what?
Artosis.
Yes, Artosis.
Okay. All right.
And he had told us about something. We were still on the trail of this planeswalker-ish person that we had read about to figure out what the heck happened to him.
Aristata, right? I've got his name written down.
Sounds reasonable.
Aristata, a merfolk planeswalker from Mercadia. Donathir invited him here. That's what I have written down here. We got that out of the book in the library, so I think these are old notes.
The book that you read was written by Aristata, and they mentioned being invited by Donathir, who was also known by some people on the plane as by the title of the Originator. So gotcha. I'm not trying to fill in answers for you, but I just want to make sure nobody goes, wait, what? Huh? What?
See, the problem is it's been so long that we don't know what our characters know anymore.
Right. And I know you're taking some notes, but see, this is exactly why we're going through it. So do you recall where you were heading next?
There was a really
big tower thing, right?
Promising looking tree off in the distance.
Oh, it was go to the tower or the tree, and we picked the tree because it looked closer.
Right. Okay. So you were currently heading south from the city of Tyr,
which was east of Edda.
Right. Very good. And you were heading toward a tree, and you were into a swamp, and we were going to keep going, and then it was a good time to stop for all sorts of reasons. So let me just turn here to my fancy-dancy map. Okay, I've got all my documents open to the appropriate spot. So, and I think we had actually said that it was getting on toward nighttime. But when I asked if you wanted to stop, you said, ew, it's a swamp. I don't want to stop here. So you were pretty much ready to move on. So, am I correct in that?
Have you ever tried to get swamp muck out of wings? It's not cool, bro.
All right. So, but again, you're getting on towards sunset. Was it your intention to keep heading south toward the tree?
So
what now?
Our only other option would really be to backtrack back to Tyr again, which kind of sounds dumb, and just camp outside the walls, because I don't think they were going to let us in.
Yeah, I don't think they were going to let us back in.
They were not like super like, hey, come back on your next family vacation. So, yeah. So my question is basically, are you stopping here, or you want to keep going?
Oh yeah, you asked if we were going to stop here or try to find a not swampy place to crash.
Right, and you had said you wanted to keep going, but then we had to stop.
Let's try to find Let's try to at the very least, try to find a more promising place to sleep.
Yeah, like a dry patch or something. Damn.
All right, so I'm assuming Mike is still leading the way because Kareem, because he's the only one with any points in trekking at all.
Yes,
so
I have 2 of them.
Nice.
So you do. So why don't you go ahead and roll us a d6 and we'll see what happens.
6.
Yeah, Mike. I mean Kareem. I mean beard. Wait, does Kareem have a beard?
There's no evidence to the contrary, so we have to assume yes.
Okay.
I like how that's what the assumption is.
Well, if it was your character, Brian, then the assumption would be the other way around.
Right.
I just tell you the result on the die. I don't add anything to it.
Tell me the result, and then I'll factor in your bonus. So
Okay,
tell me
yeah.
what the die reads.
4.
4. Okay,
Sick.
so that'd be 6.
Yeah, because we still don't know the exact inner workings of Brian's system. So.
Right.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay, because I have some things going on here as well. All right. So you do continue to the south correctly. You can tell from the position of the sun that you seem to be heading in the right direction. However, as you start to come out of the swampy area, you are suddenly faced with what appears to be the ground starts to give way a little bit, and you see what appears to be a massive system of roots. And you're starting to get a much better picture of the tree, whereas the tree was largely obscured before. You can start to see the tree over the tops of the trees in front of you. Clearly, this is what you're heading toward, but you're starting to see a massive root system. And as soon as you start to step on the roots, you feel queasy and disoriented.
I got a bad feeling about this.
You don't take any damage, but you have an immediate sense of something is just not right. So at this point, given the time it took to get here, you're pretty much at nightfall. Dusk is upon you, but there are no creatures in the immediate vicinity. In fact, you notice that you don't hear any birds of any kind, any wildlife. You don't hear any water running. It's like the whole world has just gone completely silent. There's not appear to be any wind either. But you are feeling really wonked out, even being close to these roots.
Said wonked out.
Which these roots seem to be everywhere. You still see some trees in front of you. The way to the giant tree isn't completely unobscured, but the trees are much fewer and far between here and only seem to crop up between the roots. Nothing is growing on the roots. So I'll let you go ahead and take an action because you are feeling like a bit sick. Do you want to keep pressing on toward the tree, or do you want to start heading in another direction?
Okay, wait a minute. Let's actually role play for a minute. Oi, you, monk guy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear
That's
that?
me. Do I hear what the rock's making? What?
What? No, do you? No, not smell.
Oh,
No, do you hear that?
I don't hear anything.
Exactly. Something's not right. Let me. I'm gonna concentrate for a minute with my spiritual awareness and see if I can figure out what's going on here.
Okay, so you're using your spiritual awareness, which you do have a bonus of 2.
Yeah.
So, so you're trying to tap into whatever's going on here?
Yeah, I want to see if I can figure out what's up.
Okay. For this, let's have you roll a d10.
10. I got one of those. Whoa. Yeah, this is a 10. Well, it hit my mouse. It's on a 7.
It's on a 7?
It's on
okay.
a 7.
And I'll apply your bonus of 2. All right. As you try and become in tune with your surroundings, you feel
Kareem touches my ass.
not that in tune. As you relax your mind and allow yourself to take in the spiritual entities around you, you feel a great rush of mana coming from the roots. But even as you try and tap into that mana, it rejects you back forcefully, almost like it's a torrent of water shooting out of a fire hose and you're trying to stick your hand into it.
Oh.
It doesn't feel particularly malevolent, but the sense of power and pressure is overwhelming. You can't really tell what direction it's coming from or to and relates to the roots, but that could explain why you're having this feeling being close to them, is because it's such a high concentration of mana.
Oh, so it's sort of like walking into a power transformer.
Basically, yeah.
And you get that feeling.
Yeah.
For those of you that watch Ghost Hunters, it's a fear cage. It's a fear cage.
You are afeared.
I am. Okay, well then, I guess I'll explain that to you guys. What do you guys think?
Well, now it makes sense why I feel like crap all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to check it out, because bleh.
Okay, well, if we're going to have a good night's sleep, maybe we should move a little further away from the tree itself.
Probably is
until we just feel a little better.
Hey, Trekker guy, do you see a a dry patch that isn't swamp, that isn't full of roots, that'll make me vomit?
Do I?
Well, you just came right from the swamp, and right in front of you is the tree, so you can't really go forward. But
okay, it wasn't clear about whether the swamp abruptly, stopped at the root system. Okay.
Yeah, you move basically from that section into the root section. But you can tell why you would have to move slightly north again. You could go to the east or west, and there's a good chance that you won't end up in a swampy area. But until you start heading that way, nothing is certain. So,
and in which general direction from our current position was the tower?
Was the tower? Yeah, because if we're gonna move
it's
in
to your east.
Okay.
It's to your east.
All right, then let's trek east a bit and see if we can find a better place to sit down.
Yeah,
sounds good. Go ahead and roll that die.
Can any one of us make it some kind of artificial light, or not really?
Well, let's see.
I've got a big sword.
Well, thanks.
Not really seeing any light.
Oh, dude, wait a minute! I can fly up and see if I can see anything. Would that should help, right?
In the dark? Yeah,
it's
you can
dark.
give it a shot.
It'll be more difficult, but
well, yeah. What the hell?
It's worth a shot.
Okay. What's your flying skill? Your
2.
flying is 2. Okay. Given that the trees are fairly sparse around here, go ahead and roll a d6.
6. That is the square one. Yeah. Hoop. I got a 2.
You got a 2?
I got a 4 then. Shut up. That's almost good.
Well, we don't know. You might have gotten a 0. Who knows how this works?
Well,
it's a bonus.
I know, but who knows how the system works?
That's true.
Wait, do you have flying 2 or 1? I have you flying at +1.
No, +1 from the one that I had.
Right.
I think because I had 1.
Well,
and then...
you had the basic flying skill. You had because you were an angel, and then I gave you a +1 to that. So
I assumed
a +1 to your roll. So you rolled a 3. So I will.
Is that how? I thought I had flying 1, and now I have flying 2. Okay, let me change that on my sheet.
Okay. And I apologize if I was inconsistent about that. I'm sure the listeners will point out how terrible I am at my own game.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I will say, hold on. Let me check this real quick. Okay, good. All right. So I will say that given how that it is getting quite dark, you are able to fly up. You almost hit your head on 1 or 2 branches, but unfortunately,
naturally,
as you start to clear the tree line, and especially given the fact that you feel a bit overwhelmed from what you just did, tapping into your spiritual awareness, that you're already a little, as we said, wonked out, that unfortunately in the darkness, there's really not a sun to guide you. The moon isn't up, so you can't really see much of anything in any direction.
Curses.
So, yeah.
Okay. I guess we go east then. East? Is that what you said?
East. So,
all
Mike,
right.
Roll a d6, please. Tell me what you get.
2.
Okay, that's fine. Let me go ahead and roll. Where's my d12? Are you a d12?
Because
no, shoot.
I got a sword.
Do I not have a d12?
It's one with pentagons for faces.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Would you like me to roll a d12?
No, I got it. Okay, so you're moving into this area. Just have to look at this. Okay. Well, the good news is you are not entering a swamp. You're actually entering into a grove of what appears to have some kind of fruit hanging from the branches of the trees around it. There's a slightly sweet, pungent aroma to the area. You don't see any creatures, and it does appear to be dry land. It's a grove, so you do have a little bit of clearing. The trees overhead, because you are heading away from the giant tree, the trees here are a little more thick than they were in the last area, but you don't appear to have anything, staring at you or trying to eat you at the moment. So
nice.
Okay.
Do we hear normal woodland sounds, or is it still eerily silent?
It's less eerily silent. You can hear a bit of wind in the trees. You don't hear any wildlife around you. But you don't have that sense of foreboding and crazy, weird wonkiness. That's gonna be the wonkiness.
Glad we're not wonked anymore.
You are officially not wonked anymore. But at this point, it is getting pretty late at night, and you're starting to feel the exertion from the day's events between destroying snakes that are skeletons, and I think this is this still the same day that you met Artosis?
I think so.
It's been a long day. So,
yeah.
You want to go ahead and camp out?
Yeah, we should probably
one thing to check before we go to sleep.
Yeah.
Does my cooking skill give me any insight into whether the smell we're smelling is something dangerous or poisonous?
Let's see. You got cooking 1. Yeah. I think cooking, that would imply that you have some basic sense of whether or not something's edible. So I'll allow that. Sure. Well, let's give this a shot. Go ahead and roll a d6, please.
Okay. I just want to make sure we'll wake up again.
Yeah, I understand.
I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, then basically you're not really familiar with this particular. Is it flora or fauna? Which one's flora?
Flora.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fauna is aminals.
You're not really familiar with this, but nothing about it strikes you as being poisonous or dangerous.
Okay.
So,
Word.
you want to cook it up, or you just want to go to sleep?
No, I just want to go to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot and do breakfast and whatnot in the morning if we want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are we going to keep
All right.
a watch? Is that a thing we should do?
That is something you can do.
Probably should, but
Yeah. Well, I nominate you for first watch because I just hit the mana water hose. And Dirk, what is your character's name? Why can I not remember this?
Alaric.
Alaric, right. Because Alaric and I actually bothered to, kill the skeletal snakes while you stood around and watched.
But he has been leading you around the forest.
Oh, but he's been leading us around the forest. Great, fine. Who
Whatever.
wants first
I
watch?
have been able to kill stuff, so I can take the first watch.
Oh, okay.
He also has the only set of bow and arrows. So I'm not trying to tell you how to play your own game, but okay. So is everybody else going to sleep and Alaric's taking the first watch?
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. All right. Cue the Final Fantasy sleepy music. Dirk.
Yes.
Where is this?
I was going to do the Final Fantasy music.
Yeah, right?
All right. Da-da-da.
No, that's the victory music. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
I guess it depends on which Final Fantasy music is
Okay.
the end.
Look at your message, Dirk.
Yeah, Dirk, look at your message.
Once again, I don't have anything.
And
As in, like, dice.
Oh, right.
oh well, I can roll something if you need. Just don't tell me what. Or
Okay.
don't tell me what it's for.
Tell you what. I want you to roll a d12, and then I will, and you message me what the result is, and then I'll message Dirk if it matters.
Okay.
Okay.
Where is Discord? There it is. Where is Brian? This is so confusing. Message. Hey, there we go.
There you go. All right. The mana pool.
That's me.
Okay. All right, Dirk. Hold on 1 second. That's interesting.
All this secretions. That's not the word I wanted. Ew. I like the way, because we're recording on a Wednesday instead of a Thursday, I've gotten to, hey, what are you doing? Messages from people that want to play games.
Oh.
I'm like recording. Oh. I'm just filling time while Brian looks stuff up.
Yeah.
You got that, Dirk?
Mike and Chewie, you wake up to find that
Says-
Dirk has murdered you horribly in a fit of madness.
Well, then how did we wake up? Shut up.
Okay. So do you want me to go through and do my thing?
Baby.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and let them sleep.
Okay. All
I'm
right,
going to
so you
keep
got-
an eye on the surroundings.
Okay. All right. Okay. You pass the evening without any incident. And everybody wakes up in the morning and has some good old breakfast from rations.
So
Anything-
are we just making Dirk stay up all night?
Mm-hmm.
No, that wasn't the point of that.
Yeah, that was
We're supposed to trade off.
Okay.
First
all right,
watch.
So someone trading. Who's getting up next?
Okay, I'll get up next.
Okay. Anything Any discussion you want to have?
Yes.
Hey, Dirk, ain't
All right.
everything good? I mean, Alaric, damn it. What is your name, boy? Steve? Hey,
That
Steve.
one. All right, so the angel, just so you know,
Yo.
things are a little weird here. So I got the impression, I didn't see anything, but I kept feeling like we were being watched.
It's probably because I'm very hot.
And they're just waiting for you to take off your clothes, huh?
Well, I mean, they're just drawn to me. All right, I have a big sword. We're cool. I will keep an eye out.
All right, so just be aware of that feeling you're going to have.
What was there a direction attached to your feeling? Should it keep, or just in general?
In general.
Okay, I will. I'm ever vigilant because angel. Lots of angels have vigilance, you see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ah.
Shut up, you're asleep. You're not there, you're getting drunk. I mean, sleep. Whoa, hang on. I threw it on the floor. Is this a... Okay.
Okay.
Mike and Dirk wake up to find that the angel has murdered nothing of rage. Ow! That sound was my wing breaking. I mean, elbow. Did that come through the mic? Because that hurt.
Yeah,
a little
I heard
bit.
it.
A little bit.
Jeez.
All right. Are you going to wake up Kareem at any point, or are you just finishing the night?
I mean, I need my beauty sleep too. There's 3 of us for a reason. Oi. You. With the beard.
All right.
It's your way. It's your watch. So just so you know, Alaric said he got this the being watched feeling, you know, the Bugs Bunny thing. And I swear I heard like a twig once or twice. I couldn't tell what direction it came from, but I never noticed any problems. But just be aware. He got a weird vibe. I heard a couple things. Just keep an eye out, alright?
Well, I'm sure there's a bunch of wild animals around here, but
I mean, that's sort of what
they're
I was
usually
hoping.
pretty shy, so that's why they haven't come and bothered us directly yet.
That's the hope. But if you need to borrow my big sword, don't wake me up instead.
All right, got it. I think I have this under control.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go back to sleep now.
This is not my first third watch.
It's not your first third watch? Is it your second third? Never mind. No jokes. I'm sleepy. Good night.
All right. Is he finishing out the watch?
I think that's
Yes.
the plan. Yeah,
Okay.
just
There's usually only 3
Okay.
watches in a night.
Okay. Well, I don't pretend to know anything about this myself. So, okay. Give me
Right,
one
you mean
second.
you don't go camping in a hostile environment where there might be monsters to eat you? Jeez.
Not usually.
Oh my god.
That's what we do on Thursdays.
Wait, are there 3 watches or 4 watches? I can't remember. It doesn't matter.
Well, there's only 3 of us, so we'll make
I
it
only
work.
have 1 watch, so.
I don't have any watch. I have a cell phone. And a sword.
All right. So it looks like we all wake up not murdered. So that's good.
Huzzah!
I appreciate you not murdering us in our sleep.
Yeah, nobody's murdered. Everybody wakes up. For real this time. I jumped the gun before. So, all right. Now at this point, you have some breakfast and whatnot. So, I'm assuming.
So is Mike like Ignis and he makes us breakfast?
What's an Ignis?
Yeah, what's an Ignis?
That Final Fantasy 15?
Dude,
Oh, right.
Nobody.
You can tell I haven't played that in a while. Jeez. I'm like, what's an Ignis? Yeah, he's the awesome chef. So,
Sick.
Okay.
I mean,
wait a
he's the
minute.
only one with any cooking skills.
What do we do anything with these fruit, you guys? Do you think they're safe? Should we just eat from our pack? What do you guys think? We got fruit.
Sure, let's try some.
Okay.
Might as well.
Sure, why not? Wait, hang on. I'm comprised of white mana. Maybe I should have a bite.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not like
Making it a race thing. So.
I'm not like pure meat sack like you people, you know.
That's true. That's true.
You people.
Although one could argue that your spark and your transformation may have endowed you with more meatiness than the average angel. But
You
nevertheless,
take that back.
you taste the fruit. It tastes fine. It actually tastes delicious.
Oh.
And
Hey man, that's pretty good. Can you hang on? The director said, "Have the angel eat this apple thing. It'll make her look like even more of an asshole."
you've been listening to too many cinema sins.
Would you believe I haven't watched the Cinema Sins in like a year?
Yes.
But hey man, you need to do something with this. This is good.
Okay, sure.
You notice that as you eat it, not only does it make you full, but it also quenches any thirst you might have. So
it is kind of mango-y. Wait, are mangoes? It doesn't matter. Okay, so
I'll jump in on that.
you also notice that after each of you picks the fruit, it almost looks like a new bud appears in its place, almost instantaneously. So,
hey guys, I think we got magic fruit.
Yeah.
Do we want to store a little bit of this?
Yeah, should we take some of this with us?
Yeah, should we take one for each of us or two for each of us?
Do we have room? I don't know how this works.
You've got room. You've got room for two, and there's plenty of fruit growing around. These are not extremely large fruit, but you notice that even a single bite fills you up pretty well. And a full fruit is definitely enough food for at least the morning, if not the day, if you push it.
Nice.
So,
all right, I'm taking 2.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean,
right,
whatever.
All right, everybody takes some of the fruit. You gonna stay here and sing Kumbaya, or are you gonna keep moving?
What?
Shall we return to the tree?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
The tree seems slightly dangerous. The tree seems like we might need to learn more about it before we go back to it.
I mean, the tree seems like I didn't get a malicious vibe from it. I just got like a powerful vibe from it. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't have to be mean to be dangerous.
I mean, I'm mean.
Only because you have a sword.
Hey, I was mean before I got the sword.
I'm just saying, just because it's not malicious doesn't mean there's not the possibility of
That's true.
peril.
Ooh, good word. Aren't you just a warrior? Man.
He can be insightful.
I learned some stuff.
He's seen a lot of
I read that book that one time.
Yeah, my first planeswalk.
All right. Okay. Great. So, gonna move on or stay here swapping war stories for a while longer?
Did I ever tell you guys about the time I had a sword?
Constantly. Let's keep going towards the tower.
Head toward. Okay, so you're gonna head toward the east then.
I mean, if everyone agrees that we should change our course.
I mean, did we have I don't remember now. Did we have a reason for going towards the tree, or is it just because it was closer?
It was the closer of the 2 potential paths.
Mm-hmm.
So we were just curious then.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no real reason for us to go poking a huge magical tree that could potentially hurt us, right?
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, okay then.
All right. If you want to head east from your current location, then I'm just going to...
Wait a minute. Hey, guys. You know that whole mana bond thing that we do once a day that Brian usually reminds us of? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's worth it to try to go make a bond with the tree, or do you think that could be bad?
Do you think our heads will explode?
I don't know. I knew a guy once who managed to make a bond with Gaia's Cradle, and he didn't die. I mean, his friends all hated him because he had Gaia's Cradles, but I don't know.
Okay, I'll let you go first, but yeah.
All right. Well, I am the angel, so let's wander over there first and see. Now, is there any way to hit the tree while going in the general direction we want to, or is the tower like in the other direction?
The tower and the tree are in opposite directions.
But we didn't go far from the tree, right?
No, you're not
just
too far.
Just far enough that we didn't feel sick anymore.
Okay. Yeah. Let's wander back for a minute. I'll give it a shot and see if my head explode.
Okay. Mike, do me a favor and roll a d6.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say it's tracking at 6.
Dang it! I dropped it off the.
Pick it up.
Crap! I don't see it. Nope, I feel it. Oh, I almost went further into the couch. Okay, I got it back. All right, 3.
3. Okay.
None of us are going to have dice by the time we're done.
Okay, I need to see something real quick.
Uh-oh. According to this map, you're in Florida. This isn't right. Are we close to Prilliman? Is there a jail nearby? I heard he got out on good behavior.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah. Is it bad that anytime Brian gives us detail about something, I'm wary because it's Brian? He's like, there's fruit. It smells good. I'm like, it's poison. Don't eat it.
It's going to turn you into a tree man.
All right. So what has happened?
Oh, God. Something happened.
Is that it looks like you might have gotten a little turned around because you start to try to go back the way that you came. But you can tell that something doesn't feel right because the sun suddenly doesn't seem to be in the same direction it was before. And you find yourself in a very rocky area. Looks like you're starting up the ascent of a small slope of a mountain. And that doesn't seem right to you because there wasn't a mountain, toward the tree before.
Yeah, I thought those were way over in the other direction, back behind Tyr, right?
Well, there's some. There are a couple. There's a mountain range to the east of Tyr, so you get the sense that maybe you're heading in the wrong direction, and you come across a shallow mountain cave where it looks like there are some goblins, but they are in the middle of fighting a Nakatl. And the Nakatl looks like it's doing okay, but it's holding its ground, but not significantly because there do appear to be several goblins here. We're talking about at least 5 goblins that you can see. So it is outnumbered. So
I think on any plane, it's safe to assume that if you see goblins, they're up to no good. So
yeah, usually 5
hey,
goblins.
Get out of here. Shoot. Get.
Well, right now the goblins have their attention focused on the Nakatl until Kareem goes, hey, get out of here, shoo, and at least 2 of them start looking toward you.
You could have warned me before you started yelling at goblins, you dick. Now I have to go kill things. Yay, thank you.
When is it ever a bad time to yell at goblins?
When there's 5 of them.
At least 5, and you start to see at least 1 more coming out of the cave.
Look, this place is going to be crawling with goblins. We're going to have to kill them all because you can't reason with goblins. I know that's racist. Whatever, shut up. You were thinking it. I don't want to hear your sanctimonious nonsense. Right. I have a sword.
You do have a sword. So, right now, you kind of come across them in surprise, but the element of surprise is somewhat lost, but they are still a little further away from you than they can react immediately. They don't appear to be incredibly intelligent, but they're goblins. So, do any of you want to take an action before the goblins reach you?
So,
at least 3 of them appear to be heading toward you. The largest goblin is still occupied with the Nakatl.
Hey guys, do we just attack goblins on a strange plane, or do we say, hey, clear out and don't put up any, do we just hit them, or do we try to talk them out of hitting them? I know it's me saying this and it's very weird, but we've never been here before.
Well, my plan was just yelling at them and seeing if they ran off.
Oh.
They're not.
If they don't run off and turn and attack us, well, I guess then I'll have to beat them down.
Well, okay, just making sure. Okay, well.
If they're making an aggressive stance, I say we defend. Because hold your ground laws have always been great.
As Brian pulls out the giant sheet of combat and goes, bleh!
All right, so you're all basically in a line facing this. Mike is slightly ahead of the others since he was technically leading you into this into this area.
Yelling at them.
So yeah,
let's not forget who started this.
So, but they're a little too close. He does have some iron daggers, but they're a little too close to punch to death, which is, we all know, is his signature move. He also has a Boros scimitar. Mm-hmm. But you are closest. So, and Mike, do you want to take any particular action? You can try and get set up, start to head toward the goblins to try and meet them and attack them. You can try and do something from a distance. You can call mana. What do you want to do?
Okay. Remind me how drawing mana and casting spells works.
Well, the basic way this is going to work, since you haven't really done this before, I'm pulling up the rules to make sure that I state this correctly. You can call any mana source from your resources, and right now you have 3 mountains and a forest.
And at an end tier.
and edit and tier. Why did I Embla? Edit and tier. Thank you.
I have 3 planes and Embla and tier.
Embla. Oh, I know what I did was I started a new character sheet and I did not for what book. I am dumb.
Okay.
I'm dumb. 1 second. I actually modified the character sheet to be a little more comprehensive. So where the hell do I have your character sheets? I am so bad at this.
That's why my flying only said 1.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry. You didn't actually hit any branches then. Okay. All right. You have edit. You have edit and not Embla. Edda and tier. Okay.
I do, yeah.
Okay, and then
and do you just draw up?
I'm gonna have to fix this. Chewie, you also have Edda and tier.
No, I have Embla and tier. I failed.
Embla, you. That's right. And then Dirk, you have
Force and Imbra.
Okay, so you didn't do anything last time. All right, great. So basically,
No, I keep failing on the rolls.
Yes, because all right. So you can call a mana source from your resources. It makes it available to tap for mana immediately or in the following turns. Repeated tapping for mana can exhaust the source, however, causing it not to untap for several. Blah 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 blah. You can still take another action if you call a mana source. So you can still attack and do other things, but your power is halved for the remainder of your turn because you're concentrating on that. You do not have any spells. You have burn and active treason.
Yeah.
And I don't. How much does burn cost? Because
one in a red.
1 in a red. Okay, so you don't have anything you can cast for 1, but you can go ahead and call a mana source if you want.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so wait a minute. So if Mike wanted to burn something, he can only call 1 mana source per turn.
Per turn, that's right.
So if I need to heal someone, it's going to take me 3 turns to heal someone because Blessed Healing costs 2 and a white.
To get the mana up the first time, yeah.
Yeah, you need to bank stuff into your mana pool.
Right. Once it's in there, you can. It doesn't necessarily not untap next turn, and tapping it does not send it back into your resources. But if you're constantly drawing on it, you're going to exhaust yourself. Does that make sense?
See, this is why I stopped playing Final Fantasy VIII, because I hated the draw system. So I have no experience with this. So okay, got it.
Okay.
Just checking.
Yep. Okay. So what do you want to do, Mike? You want to pull something?
Burning the countryside.
Pull the other one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll pull one from tier, so I'll get a white and I'll get +0/+2 for the encounter.
Oh, is that when you pull or is that when you use?
I believe it's when you pull it out.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. Is that what it does, Brian?
Oh, it says when you call it, get +0/+2 for remainder of encounter. Okay.
+0/+2, yeah. Because it's a castle effect. Ha 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 ha.
Okay.
Right.
So I'll do that and I'll continue yelling at the goblins.
So
what's going on here?
All right, so you pulled tier, so now it's in your mana pool, and your toughness for the remainder of this is now 4. So good job. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll continue yelling at the goblins for my other action.
You continue yelling at the goblin. Something about the goblin's mother, right? A goblin matron.
Dude,
okay,
that's harsh.
All right, Chewie, what do you want to do?
I will go ahead and call mana from my tier source as well.
Okay. So your toughness then goes up to 5 for the encounter.
Yeah, I'm a 2/3 with 4 hit points. Just a reminder, what is everyone else?
Well, Chewie's a 2/3.
Wait,
Mike,
shut up, Brian. You guys, what are you guys?
I'm a base 3/2 with 3 hit points.
3/2 with 3 hit points. Okay.
I'm a base 2/3 with 3 hit points.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Cool. So how does flying work in combat again?
If you fly up, it can make it harder for them to hit you, but not impossible, depending on what they're holding or how lucky they are.
So it's just a evasion modifier. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
I guess I will draw a sword and lift up and look menacing while I'm at it.
All right. Your sword is drawn. Okay, Dirk, what do you want to do?
I'm knocking an iron arrow and I'm going to shoot.
Oh, jam!
Pew pew.
All right. Well, somebody somebody is ready to go. Okay, so you're knocking an arrow. And which one are you shooting at? One of the ones that's running at you?
Yes.
Okay.
The one that's running at us.
The one that's running at you. All right. Sorry, I've navigated to the wrong thing. Okay. This is what I get for not having everything printed out. All right. I want you to go ahead and if you're shooting the one that's coming at you, I want you to go ahead and roll a D10. You don't have anything.
Well, I just downloaded a roller so I can do a D10.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Do a D10.
Right. Now, can I specify that I'm not shooting to kill, that I'm shooting to take out a leg?
You're aiming for a specific point on the goblin. All right, then roll a D12 instead, since that's a little more accurate.
Okay.
Pew.
Basically, a whole goblin is a larger area than a specific part of a goblin. Okay.
He shot me in the back, didn't he?
Well, luckily you're really high up.
So I have ranged weapons 1, and I rolled an 11.
Okay. All right.
Damn.
Okay, and then these are
iron arrows.
These are the iron arrows, of which you have 5, about to be 4. Okay, so which limb were you aiming for exactly?
Shooting for the left leg.
The left leg.
Pew.
All right. And then this is an iron arrow. Roll a d6.
D6, 1, 4.
4. All right. So you have dealt this goblin a pretty good hit. You actually managed to land it in the square in the foot, right where the ankle meets the foot. So it's basically immobilized, and the wound is pretty severe. You almost took the leg, the foot clean off. So it's been dealt a good amount of damage, and if you leave it alone, it very well may bleed out on its own. The other goblins look a bit shocked by this, but not enough to stop them from coming. So
filthy little beasts. I know, I'm sorry. It's not me, it's my parents.
So the first goblin, you shot one once it was coming at you. The next goblin to come, the next goblin to get close to Mike, attempts to stab him with its pole arm. Looks kind of dirty and rusty and yucky.
I guess I forgot to get my sword and my shield ready. Oh well.
Yeah, well, you were drawing mana at the time, and then you spent the rest of the time yelling insults at them. So luckily, hold on one second. You do have that Dower Bark shield, although it's currently on your back, right? So
yeah, I don't have it up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Looks like it does land a glancing blow, enough that I'm going to say that it deals you 1 point of damage, basically to the side. Your side, you managed to twist out of the way in time. That it's not a puncture wound, but it is enough that it deals you 1 damage.
Okay.
So congratulations. The next one.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Remind me how that toughness and hit points work again, because I forgot.
Toughness, toughness is basically your external armor and your ability that you naturally regenerate on your own. And within a short period of the encounter being over, you'll get all that back. Hit points are more, blood loss and life-threatening injuries once your toughness has been exhausted. And those are things that you actually need to seek medical attention for, or they could be detrimental in the long term.
Wait, so did that 1 damage come off of my toughness, or
off your toughness? Almost without exception, damage is going to
got it.
Toughness first. So it's a bit of almost an armor if you think of it that way.
Understood.
Whereas most creatures you're going to come across, short of planeswalkers, are basically just power and toughness. Like that poor goblin bleeding out over there. The other goblin follows closely on the heels of the first goblin that attacked Mike, because the angel is out of reach, and it hold on. How much?
You are my...
Oh, God.
Mike's dead.
Looks like it also tried to come at you. This time it has a very short, looks like a short dagger, but it looks like it might have tripped and impaled itself. So...
Oh! Critical miss!
Yeah. Yeah, kind of massively. So it's down,
it was so cross from Kareem's insults.
All right, so basically you've got one bleeding out from a leg wound that almost took off the foot, one that has basically stabbed itself, one that is actually up and nose to nose with Kareem and has actually dealt damage for the first time this whole game.
Yay! I mean, wait, boo.
And then you have the larger goblin still fighting the Coddle, and they're pretty heavily locked in combat. And I had mentioned there was one other one, and another one came out of the cave. There's now one more that has come out of the cave, and they're all still kind of focused on the Nacatl, although the three smaller ones are starting to take notice of you. So, all right. So back to Kareem, man. You've got your mana. So your power is now back up to full strength. Since you did that last turn, you're face to face with this angry goblin that's got a pole arm. It just dealt you a damage. What are you going to do?
Okay, can I ready my sword and shield and attack in the same turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Given your sword is a Boros scimitar, so it's fairly light. So you can ready it and attack in the same turn. Yes.
Okay. Will I be able to continue drawing mana or not?
Yeah, but your power will then be halved, rounding down if you do so. But that's the additional turn or action you can take this turn, drawing and then attacking. Is that what you're asking? You can continue to draw mana, yes.
Okay, but it has my power. But I'm not too concerned about that because I have light weapons too, so that'll help.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, so I'll draw from a mountain this time.
Okay.
And ready the shield and the sword and attack the goblin that's in my face.
You're attacking the goblin, and you are literally as close as you can get to that goblin.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and roll a d6.
Okay. That's a 6, and I have light weapons too.
Oh, you roll a 6?
Oh, God. You've taken its head off, haven't you?
I could have you roll again, but it doesn't really matter. What is it with you and heads, man? Like you in one you did a double slash. First you took off it took off the head at the neck, and then bringing it back, you cleaved the head in half before it hit the ground. So yeah, good job.
And I'm like, hey, nice trick down there.
Who wants next?
Sick.
You are now completely splattered with goblin butts. Goblin butts.
Goblin butts, yes.
Butts?
Yeah. Well, you didn't cleave that, at least. All right, Angel, you're up in the air. You're kind of scoping things out. You still see the larger goblin attacking the Coddle. And at this point, the other three goblins are kind of flanking her, but they're definitely keeping an eye on you because they've just seen their comrades basically get wasted. Meanwhile, that first goblin that took the arrow to the knee, I'm sorry, that was somebody else, took the arrow to the foot, is pretty much dead at this point.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Are we in any immediate danger from the three that are closest to us?
No,
I didn't think so. I didn't know how bad the one stabbed himself. In the chest, or did he just was he cleaning his fingernail and nick it a little?
He was getting it out, and basically he tripped and it went in the gut. So he's not dead yet, but he's gonna be dead in another round.
Fair enough. Okay, can I reach any of the ones that are over there?
You are in a mountainous terrain, but actually the fact that you're flying does mean you'll be able to move a little faster. They are not advancing towards you, though, so I'd probably say you'd have to take another turn to get closer.
Okay, in that case, let me draw a call mana from a plains and head in that direction.
Okay, you are in that direction. Dirk?
Dirk's like, I'm going to shoot one. Wait. Don't forget. There's an arrow in that guy if you need one.
It'll take you a turn to walk over to him if that's what you want to do. I mean, he is very good about reclaiming his arrows, but
I am. I like recycling.
He's a cheapskate.
What? No, he's a green line monk. He's
that's right.
in tune with nature, and littering is bad.
Yeah,
and the Native American with the one tear in the commercial, and
that's right.
That was Alaric.
That's
the
him.
guy with a very German name.
Yes.
I will notch another arrow and shoot at one of the other three goblins.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
Dude, see if you can get the big one's attention.
You want me to shoot at the big one?
Yeah, shoot at the big one, because then I can fly down and attack the big one, and I love attacking big ones.
You're going to shoot the big one. Is that right?
So my options are the 3 little ones on the flank or the big one.
Yeah. Now, to explain where these are to you, because you don't have a mat or anything in front of you. The 3, all of them are much further away. They're still definitely visible, but they're a little further away than the one you shot was. And the 3 that are kind of flank, the 3 smaller ones are basically in a semicircle around the Nicodle. The larger one is kind of on the other side of the Nicodle.
Oh.
So
okay, maybe not shoot the big one.
But he's definitely larger than the Nicodle. So which one are you targeting?
Okay. I will leave it up to you then, since the big one is on the other side. I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to shoot one of the 3 little ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The one that in theory would be closest to you, I guess?
See.
Okay. All right. These are further away. And are you aiming for a particular area or just whatever you can hit of the goblin?
Just whatever I hit.
All right. Roll a d20.
6.
6?
Yeah. And with the ranged weapon 1, I guess.
You do have a ranged weapon 1. Okay. So you aim at the goblin. Unfortunately, just due to the fact that you misjudged the distance, it looks like the arrow doesn't quite make it there. Mm-hmm. It lands a little to the right of the goblin and just shy of it. So, okay. Well, now that all of you have gone, the goblins are still largely preoccupied with the Nicodle, who's starting to get worn down a little bit. Looks like she's bleeding, and the larger goblin is kind of rearing up, but they're still they're still now kind of entangled with each other. The smaller goblins are having lost all of their compatriots and being shot at by Alaric are definitely aware of your presence and alert. The one that was shot at by Alaric turns to face you and starts heading toward you. It's a little too far to do anything. It has a small dagger, kind of like the one that tripped on itself, but it does not appear. Yeah, it does not appear to have a fatal mishap. But it is closing the distance between you, and it's heading in the direction of Alaric because it's being shot at. The other 2 start to close the gap around the Nicodle, and one of them deals a point of damage to her, so she's looking a bit rough. But she is holding her own at the moment, but it's starting to go pretty south. Okay, all right, Mike.
Okay. Will I have time in my turn to move over to the Nicodle and attack the goblins that are attacking her?
You can get pretty close to where she is. You can't exactly stand right next to her just because there's the goblin heading toward you and another goblin between you and her. So you can't ignore them necessarily.
Okay, so there's another small goblin in the way.
Well, there's the one coming toward you, and then as he left, the other 2 kind of tightened up the circle a little bit. So,
well, tell you what, if you'll, since I'm in the air, if you will punch the one or stab or whatever you do, the one that is coming at us, I will fly over there to land and protect her.
Well, no, I guess my question, and I don't know, maybe Brian misunderstood my question. My question was, will I be able to engage the goblins around the Nicodle and attack them in the same turn? Or are they too far?
You can attack them. It depends on what you're using to attack them and how far away they are. I'm trying.
Okay, let me ask my question in an even more clear way.
Okay, good.
Is there time in my turn to engage them in melee range and attack them, or not? Are they too far away?
Depends on which goblin you're talking about.
The ones around the Nicodle.
Not the big one. If you
any
of
them.
Yes.
He's trying to draw them away from the Nicodle.
Oh my God.
Okay.
This is not rocket surgery, Brian.
Yes, if you sprint past the one that's coming toward you, you can get to one of the smaller ones that's around her, yes.
And attack in the same turn.
That's right.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I misunderstood what you were trying to say. Okay. All right. So are you going to try and ignore the one that's running at you?
Yes,
and
please.
Go. Okay. All right. Roll a d10, please.
Okay. 6.
Okay, all right. Well, the goblin, as you start running past the goblin, it tries to reach out and trip you, but you manage to jump over its leg. Now, luckily for it,
Like sweep. Huh?
it manages to not impale itself as you do that. But you are able to reach the goblin, the next small goblin that's close to the Nakatl. You want to go ahead and attack it, I assume?
Yes.
And you're right up on it. So roll a d10. Are you aiming for a vital spot like you usually do? Something around the top of the neck, or just?
I mean, you swinging a sword.
Swing the sword, and pretty much anywhere. I mean, you just ran up to it. You just take out your sword is already ready. You're just bringing it down as you get to it.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, all right. Roll a d10.
8.
Damn.
Okay. And you've got light weapons of 2.
Yeah, and I didn't draw mana this turn.
You didn't draw mana this turn. So okay.
So my power is back to normal. So I have 5 power for this attack.
Yes, you do. So all right. You did not take off its head, but you basically severed let's say its right arm off of it. These are not like heavy duty goblins. These are basically like cave goblins, and they don't have any armor to speak of. So good job. He's down on the ground, and now you have fully gotten the attention of the last 2 remaining goblins. The small one that was flanking the Nakatl, and the large one is starting to look at you like maybe the Nakatl doesn't matter anymore, and it definitely has a gleam in its eye. So, but the one in front of you is down on the ground and missing a lot of
parts.
What would you say? Flesh? Yeah. So, okay. All right.
Hey,
Angel.
Hey, Alaric.
Yes.
If I go over there to attack the other one, can you handle this one running at us?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, word. Then I'm going to fly towards the other one that is standing that isn't the big one and wail on it with my sword.
With your sword?
Because I has a claymore.
You do have as a claymore. So you were already in the process of flying over there. You're finishing the flight and you're bringing it down sword first. I guess because you're higher than it from starting the tippy top of the head.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Roll a d20.
Okay. Wait, I have this little roller thing now that I found. Hey, are you using the one on wizards.com there, Dirk?
No, I actually downloaded another one.
Roll. Whoa! I rolled a 17.
You rolled a 17? Okay.
Jesus, this thing's split in half, isn't it? Because I have heavy weapons too.
Well, that's to make sure that you hit. Now, and at a certain high enough level, I already go ahead and build in some damage.
Oh, okay.
And this thing is not a big goblin, so it's dead. But do me a favor and roll a d20 again, and let's just see how dead it is.
An 8.
Okay. All right. Well, so you did manage to hit it basically straight down, but you didn't like turn it into a messy pile of goo. But it's definitely dead.
That's harder to clean.
Yeah, you can actually clean off your sword now.
Nice.
So, but that larger goblin is very, very upset at this point.
Excellent.
So, yeah, sure.
This is the point where I look at it and go, "Come on."
All right,
you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
The goblin that was running toward you because you were shooting at it was momentarily distracted because it saw a Kareem running past it. So it's whereas it was facing you full front on, it's now kind of like turned to watch him run past. So its back is toward you, but only very momentarily. So what do you want to do? Why stop a good thing?
I'm gonna run up and punch it.
Because damn it, that's funny.
Somebody doesn't want to lose any more arrows. Okay.
Well, I got bare fist of 1.
You
so
do have bare fist of 1. Okay. All right. You run right up to it. Its back is to you, so I don't need you to roll anything. Just roll a d6.
I got a 4.
You got a 4? Okay. And one. Roll a d6 again, please.
6.
Oh, God.
Jeez, man. All right.
As Dirk explodes its face like Mike did.
Well, because of the initial roll, you run up to it, and you're about to clock it in the face, and maybe because of the mountainous terrain, you start to lose your step a little bit. So instead of hitting it in the face, you kind of get it in the shoulder as it's turning around. But it does look like you dislocated its shoulder. And by dislocate, I mean like out of its shoulder. So like all the way out. So it's not dead, but it's about to be dead. So it's on the ground, writhing, and the giant goblin lets out a rather giantish bellow at seeing you destroy the last of its broodmates, one might say. So the giant goblin then takes out a rather large club and turns to face Kareem, since he was the first one there.
Oh, God.
All right, Kareem, you've got your shield out, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
What?
Someone
Dodge.
asks you if you have your shield out, you say yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Luckily, you do have that out. He swings at you, and he lands a pretty heavy blow. Your shield absorbs by far the worst of it, and still seems to be in good shape. But you're knocked back a good 3 feet or so, and you're down on your back for a second. So you're going to be momentarily stunned. Then the coddle, meanwhile, runs out of the way, seeing as how it realizes that it's a little worse for wear. So Kareem is stunned. Hey, Angel, what do you want to do?
I want to hit it with my big-ass sword.
All right.
Because sword.
All right, then. Well, why don't you go ahead and give that a shot? It's a rather large target, so it shouldn't be that hard to hit, at least in theory. Are you aiming for it or the club?
The
goblin itself?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. It's a pretty large club.
I don't want to hurt my sword on a club. I want to hurt my sword on his skull.
Okay. All right. So roll a d20.
Attack the club. Attack that club.
roll a d20.
D20 roll. Uh-oh. It's a 3.
It's a 3.
Luckily, he's a big target. And I have,
He's a big target.
I have heavy weapons, too.
You do have heavy weapons, too. So
should have attacked the club.
Shut up.
Okay.
You're on your back. You're not there. You're on your back.
you roll a 3, so I imagine you're still in the air. So you chop at it as you're going by.
Wait, am I still in the air?
Well, you didn't really come down.
Oh, okay.
So I imagine you use your wings to move just a little more quickly given the mountainous terrain anyway?
Yeah, I guess I didn't necessarily land on the first goblin I smashed. And even if I did, I'm like the Powerpuff Girls. You know, once I'm flying in combat, I'm just flying, right?
Well, yeah. Or like Dragon Ball Z. Wait, no, I didn't just say that. Sorry.
Dragon. Oh.
So you swing, you take a swing at it, but unfortunately, it manages to twist at the right time and use its club, attack the club, to deflect your sword. So you kind of go past it a little ways, and you reorient, but not in time to attack it again.
Aha! So now we've got it surrounded.
So, all right, Dirk.
This was strategical. Damn it! It was deliberate. Shut up! I didn't miss.
Dirk.
I'm gonna shoot an arrow, and
what kind of arrow?
Iron.
Okay. All right.
The goblin.
So you are where you just punched the last goblin to death. So you're fairly close. You're not within club range, thank goodness. But you have a very good line of sight on him. So are you aiming for any particular area or just goblin? Away from the club?
Don't attack the club.
Let's just shoot for the goblin.
Just shoot for the goblin. Okay. Give me a 20, please.
Giving you a 20.
I don't think it's worth it. Just roll a 20. That was a money joke.
Not good. I got a 3.
Oh, God.
Really?
You're shoot me in the back, aren't you?
Well, I got a 4 with a range, but...
that's true.
All right. Go ahead and roll a d6.
5.
Okay. All right, and you had 3 iron arrows left because you didn't pick up the other one yet, and the other one is in a goblin's foot, and the other one is in the ground. So you do manage to land a glancing blow to the goblin, but it doesn't. And you managed to not hit club, but it doesn't seem to have really slowed it down at all. And the arrow doesn't stick to it. Again, it's more of a it
hit
and kept going. It didn't stick in anywhere. You have its attention, so good job. All right. So Kareem, you're at this point you're pretty well aware of what's going on. You've gotten back up off the ground. What do you want to do?
First of all, Chewie, I think I know why you're having trouble remembering Alaric's name, because Brian only addresses him as Dirk.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Well, I don't call Chewie the angel either.
You do.
Except you do, yeah.
Do I? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Dirk, I'm going to start calling you Alaric, all right? So, Dirk,
Okay.
remember that. Dirk. Okay.
I'm going to call you Josh.
Oh, Billy.
All right. So it's time to stand up and
Be
start.
counted?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And start slashing away at this goblin.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to, I can choose to either attack or cast a spell during a turn, right? I can't do both.
Correct.
Got it.
Correct.
Okay.
You have,
Yeah. So my
2
burn spell
mana.
is basically a ranged attack.
yes.
Okay, got it. All right. Then I'll just attack with a sword.
Okay. You were knocked back a little bit, so it takes you just a second to get back up to him. But
Yep.
right now, your compatriots have managed to distract it a bit between, missing and then slightly missing again.
Mhm.
But that's all right. So you're able, you run right up to it and do a very close range melee attack. Roll a d20 and don't roll a 3.
Okay.
It's not missing, it's strategy. We've got it surrounded now.
I rolled a 6.
You roll a 6.
Twice as good as these guys.
Hey, screw you,
Yes.
buddy.
That's true. All right. Roll a d10.
Okay. 1.
And you have light weapons 2.
Yes.
So, okay.
I have effective power of 5.
Well, all right. So you did actually manage to land a blow, and you actually have caused it some damage. It looks like you probably ran right next to it and cut around it at the last second. So the blow that you caused him to suffer was one of mobility, really. You got him on the right side, and we're talking about upper thigh area.
Mhm.
So, but you are now much closer to him than these other guys. So at this point, the Nikadal, kind of assessing the situation, realizes that maybe you need her help after all. So you have definitely distracted it, but you don't seem to be causing much damage. So she's going to go ahead and try and throw a dagger at it from a distance. And it looks like she does cause a minimal amount of damage, but the dagger does stick to the arm with the club in it. So it's just short of the shoulder. So it's a little harder for him to carry and swing the club right now. So he's got a couple damage on it from Kareem and Dirk. No, Kareem and then a Coddle. It does turn and face Alaric yet again. Seems to be the source of its frustration. And it brings up its mighty club and hits the ground right next to Alaric. So congratulations. Successful dodge. Angel, what do you want to do?
I want to hit it with my sword.
You want to hit it with a sword again? All right.
Like,
Roll a
wait,
d20.
do we have any idea how tough this thing is? Or are we just like, get it? Like,
Right now-
do we have a
Yeah,
sense?
that's that second one. Yeah.
Okay.
Right now, it's a bit too hard to tell in the frenzy. None of you have really seen a goblin quite like this before. You can tell that you have done some damage, and it's starting to slow down between the Nikadal and Kareem, but it's still got some fight in it. It's not laying down just yet. So, all right, so you're going to attack the goblin?
The reason I asked,
Sure.
I wasn't sure if I should go like insane with, and like, since I have 2 mana up, and use aura conversion to attempt to myrtleize it in one shot. So let's just hold off on that.
Okay. All right, roll a d20.
Roll a d20. Yes, sir. Hang on. I've got that tab open. Roll a d20. It's a 7. God almighty.
Okay. Roll a d20 again.
D20 again is a 14.
There's a
Oh, yeah,
14.
did damage.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, the bad news is you were aiming for the neck and you missed. The good news is you did hit in the eye.
Oh, God.
So, but it was not. You weren't able to actually like puncture the skull the whole way through. It was more of a glancing blow, but it was a glancing blow that did a hell of a lot of damage. So
yeah, a glancing blow to the eye is way worse than a glancing blow to the knee.
But you didn't stick the sword all the way in. So get bully on you. It is very upset, but it is severely weakened at this point. All right. Hey, Alaric over there. Alaric.
Yes.
Hey, Dirk. What do you want to do? It's clearly in pain. It's down on one knee. It doesn't seem to be able to lift the club anymore. What do you want to do?
I kind of want to just put it out of its misery.
All right. Fists, arrows. What do you want to do?
I'm going to do fists.
You can do fists. All right. Go ahead and roll a d20.
6.
All right. Roll a d10.
6.
I am sensing a pattern.
Yeah, a little bit.
I also think that this roller pro site, since it's wizards.com, hates me, and I should start rolling real dice again.
All right, so you walk up to it, you rear your fist back, and you try and punch it, but it uses what little strength it has left to slightly deflect using the club. You do land a blow, but it's not fatal. Kareem?
All right. Swing the sword again.
Swing the sword.
It's going to work this time.
It better. D20.
All right. 7.
All right. D12.
4.
This thing is holding us off.
You managed to stab it. You're trying to stab it in the chest. It managed to roll to the side just enough that you land it lower. However, due to the enormity of the wounds that it suffered over the course of the battle, it looks like it expires.
All right.
Anybody want to check for a pulse, or is this the part of the horror movie where everybody just says, "Yay"? I'm kidding. It's dead. It lets out a death rattle, falls over. Well, it's already over. It's basically just like you cut it to death, inch it at a time. I like how most of your battles are like enemies are disintegrating, and this thing is like 1 inch at a time.
Oh man, that was hey, that was fun, you guys. Can we find more goblins to kill? Guys?
I guess you could go in that cave and check it out.
It's a shallow cave. It's probably the back wall is right there.
Yeah. It's about 20 feet in, and it's well enough lit. Well, but it's fairly level. It doesn't slope down a whole lot, so you can see there's not really anything else in it. So you're all pretty tired from that affair, and even though Kareem is the only one that really took any damage, he's still okay. But you're a bit winded from the affair.
Yeah.
As you're kind of collecting yourselves, the Mikado comes up to you and says, "Thank you very much for that. I did not mean to let myself get caught by those filthy beings."
See, I'm not the only one that's racist.
I am honored to be saved by travelers such as yourselves.
I'm not the diplomat.
Okay.
Do you want to say anything back, or
Well, just
give
a
it
quick
high
question to
five,
you.
or-
Didn't the cuddle say the word travelers in the way that other people say travelers to mean planeswalkers, or did it just seem like they were talking about normal travelers?
She used the word travelers. She definitely said it with some reverence, but I can't tell you exactly what she meant. So, but
I was just saying first impressions. Okay,
yeah. She definitely seems. She doesn't seem in awe. She's not bowing down to you, but she appears extremely thankful.
Okay. So who are you?
Hello?
Hello. Sorry about that.
Hello.
Did I blink out there for a second?
Yeah,
you
Mike said, "Who are you?" And then there was silence, and I was like, "Ryan, he's talking to the Nakata. That's you." Psst.
I know. The Nakata looks at you plainly and says, "I appreciate the gesture. My name is not important. If you must know, I am of the tribe of getting this lost. I am of the tribe of Vanna.
Whoa, like letter turners. Sick.
Vanah.
Never mind then.
Not everyone in our tribe has a name. Only those that have proved themselves worthy are given distinguishing names. I am just a scout.
Okay, so where exactly are we? I think we got lost on wherever we were trying to go.
Yeah, like we were going towards a big tree, and then we're here, and I don't understand, and our trekker is bad at this game.
At this, she gives a pretty hearty laugh, and she says, "That's not surprising. How long have you been in Trivester?"
A few days, 3 or 4 days, 3, 4, 5 days, something like that.
Something like.
And then she asks,
the angel has no concept of the passage of time either.
She asked, then, have you felt since you've been here that you set out in one location and ended up somewhere else prior to this?
Yes.
Yeah, but I figured that was just because I was getting lost in the woods.
Well, to say nothing of and she has a slight smile, directional skills. Anyone that tried to travel through the deep green of Trivester would have a very difficult time of it. The magic here prevents it from being traversed easily, unless you are of the Vanna.
Oh.
So your tribe knows some special strategies for navigating this place, or is it a magical protection you're born with, or a magical protection you're given?
It's due to a magical protection that was given to us by Donathir. At this, she seems a bit reluctant, but then she continues on anyway. It used to be our role to simply observe the travelers, but without his direction and guidance, our role has seemed less and less important. If you want to know more, I can take you to the rest of the Vanna, and it will be up to our leader to decide how much to trust you with.
Well, we're actually trying to find out more about what happened to Donathir. We thought learning something about that might be able to help us get back on our way.
Yes.
She assesses you.
While I'm cleaning the goblin blood off my sword and grinning like an idiot.
And she says, if it will be of help to you, then I think that is more important than maintaining our secrecy. If you wish to follow me, I will take you to the rest of the Vanna and our leader, Shirok.
Dude, that's awesome. Wait.
Sounds great.
Okay, so hold on. Can we, since we're on mountainous terrain now, can we see the tree or the tower from here? I'm just curious about where we ended up. Now that things have calmed down, I want to look around.
Now that things have calmed down a little bit, you are on a slope, you are able to see the what looks like the top of the tree from a little ways away, and it's definitely to the southwest.
What?
You can't exactly make out the tower.
Son of a. Wait, the tower, the tree's to the southwest. That's, oh my god.
So now we're way up in the northeast, back behind Tyr, in the mountains.
Well, you couldn't see the tree really at all from Tyr, or not very well. So it does not look like you have gone as far north as Tyr.
I have no idea what's going on. Okay, got it.
I think that's what Brian's getting at here, is that we have no idea what's going on and everything sucks.
Before we do too much, I would like to recover my arrows.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do I recover all 3, or is there...
Yeah, none of them appeared to have any significant damage. Although if you keep using them and shooting them into stones and goblins, they might be a little worse for wear.
Actually, I used silver last time, so...
You did. I'm just saying about I remember you used silver on the skeletal snake.
So, hey, wait a minute. I'm sitting here looking at my abilities, and I realized I have Forge. Mm-hmm. And you said it's mountainous around here. Is there any ore around? What is ore? We haven't seen or dealt with any ore yet.
Well, and that was something that would come up. But you are in a mountainous area. You want to check for ore real quick or before you head out? Okay. Roll a D10.
D10. All right, let's try the wizards.com rolling thing again. Roll. I rolled a 1. Yeah, I think I'm going to stop using this thing.
You don't really find any ore.
You think?
Big surprise. You find a couple shiny rocks. Looks like fool's gold.
Sick.
That's pyrite.
Like it.
Yeah.
You're
Well, look, the minerals. Fancy word and pyrite. So
freaking learned monks. What a tool.
the Nikotl is smiling to herself as she watches you do this. Of course,
naturally, because I'm hot. Hey, Mr. Mrs. Crap. I almost swore. I almost had to edit. Hey there, Nikotl scout friend. What's up with that tree? Do you know what's up with that tree? Because I did not appreciate that. Like, you know, the big tree.
She says, the big tree. And she looks slightly amused, but a little slightly angry as well. And she says, it's perhaps to be expected that you don't know all of our landmarks and customs, but the tree is a great symbol to the people of Trivester, or at least those who have been close enough to see it. It is a sacred place.
I could tell there was a definite, like, power and presence to it. No disrespect meant. It just, there was so much that we had to get away because it kind of made us wonky.
At this, she almost looks like surprised. Did you actually try and get close to it?
Not too close.
We were curious about it. We wanted to get a better look. Listen, we are sorry, but we've been here. We've never heard about this place before, and we've been here less than a week.
At this, she looks a bit affronted. She says, "Oh no, I wasn't trying to offend you. You just have to remember that that the tree is a great symbol to our people. But I understand that you may not know all of our ways and customs. I would strongly advise you to not get too close. Some have died trying to get close enough to Drazil."
To who? What was the name?
The name of the tree is Drazil. Drasil.
Okay, got it. I'm gonna write that down.
At this point, she takes out a parchment and starts to look it over.
And then what was the name of the leader?
The leader of the Vanna?
The Vanna, yeah.
The Vanna?
Vanna, how did you... Vanna, yeah.
Vanah. I make the names. I don't always know how to pronounce them. That shouldn't surprise you. Shurak. Shurak.
Gotcha. I am keeping notes.
So the Nikotl pulls out a small parchment and starts to look it over. Then as she's looking at it, she starts murmuring a small incantation and it starts to glow. The parchment starts to glow. She looks up from the parchment and asks if you're ready to go back to the Vanna.
I don't know. Should we try to grab some red mana while we're here, or should we save it for the...
I got plenty.
I was going to say, should we save it for potentially the Vanna, like, home area, tribal, whatever place?
I'm ready to head on.
Okay, works for me.
Okay, so you're ready to head over?
Sure.
That work.
What?
Ooh.
Oh, dude, we got pictures.
She consults the parchment again, and as you get closer, you can see a picture start to lift almost from the page. And it starts, as you get closer to it, you feel an enchantment start to come over you. And as you look around, you feel a little more clear-headed. And the Nikotl explains that the magic of the plane prevents people from traveling too far because Donathir did not intend for the settlements to really intermingle. And one of the tasks of her settlement, the Vanna, is their function is to travel. And for that, he gave them a very special protection in the form of a map. This map that she carries is only a copy, but it will do enough to get them back to the rest of the Vanna.
I get it. So the reason we can't seem to find where we're going is because we're not supposed to. And
right.
The world itself is acting against us just because we're not supposed to. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you start to head back down the mountain toward a clearing where it looks like a considerable number of people have set up camp.
Okay, hang on. So, like, can we look over her shoulder at this map?
You can.
Okay, so that's Drazil, which means directly north of that should be Tyr?
The fortress, yeah.
So, okay, which way did we come when we landed here? When we... Oh, you know what I mean.
I guess it's that village through the woods further to the west of Edda, because that's Edda right there in the middle of the lake.
Right, because lake. I remember. Right? That's right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we were over there, and we went
started,
there.
You started in a crater called Embla. Yeah, not to be confused with Edda.
Which isn't visible here, right?
No, you can see the settlement. So.
Okay, right. So then we made our way there, and then we made our way to Tyr, and then we were heading south to the tree, and now we're over there somewhere.
And the tree did not appreciate that.
Yeah, and the tree was like, all right, stop that. So now we're up in the
mountains.
In the western area somewhere, but not as far north as Edda. Got it.
Eastern? I'm assuming
Eastern. Okay. Sorry.
Right.
I never learned east and west. I still have to Lost Woods northwest. Okay, so left is west. I don't know why my brain refuses to recognize that left and west are the same thing. They just don't.
And given the time and how much you've covered, I realize you haven't covered a whole lot of ground, but that battle did take a while. I think this might be a good place to stop.
It is also like 11:15.
Yeah. So Chewie,
really late.
Chewie, you should totally make sure that Jars gets a early release of this episode.
Jars gets an early release of everything, yeah.
Good.
Oh, why did Jars do the art or do the math?
Yeah, and
that's sick.
Yeah, I had a secret special request, and if you ask me, he did a damn fine job.
This is a damn cool map. So, okay then.
Yeah, I was wondering, did Brian just find this in a book and build a story around it? Because this is good.
No, he made this at my request.
Okay,
and he even told me that topography is not his thing. And after seeing this, I beg to differ. So
yeah, right.
Thank you, Jars.
This looks like a great RPG book map. That's wonderful.
Crap. Jars, what I owe you, dude?
He made me 2 copies, one with that you see, and then one that's exact copy, but it has names of the locations. But for obvious reasons, you can't see that now. But in literature that we put out later, that would definitely be.
Well, dear listeners, I will be sure to put this in this episode's post, so that you guys can check it out before Dirk dies.
I thought I had. I thought I had paused. Muted myself.
Nope.
Dude, that's sick. I love Jars. Jars is so good.
I love Jars too. And he apologized that he felt like it took him a while, but...
It's July 2017 now, so I think it was fine.
Right back at you, buddy.
No, just I felt bad because I asked him to do a lot, and I was an unforgiving taskmaster. No, I hope I'm kidding, but he did a fabulous job. So with a little direction from me, and I told him when I got this that I literally wanted to cry because he literally took the image that was in my head and put it on paper. And
he freaking does that. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
I know, right? Mm-hmm. I know. So.
That's how I feel every time Jars sends me anything. I'm like, dude.
So Jars, thank you so much, because this means so much to me. So,
yeah, I have to say this looks very much like Lord of the Rings-ish maps. Mm-hmm. That when you crack open the novels and they have the map of the Lonely Mountain and stuff of that sort, this is very much what that's reminiscent of.
Yeah. Nice. Like I said, listen, it's in the post. If you're watching this on YouTube, that's probably the image I'll end up using. It's just the map. So, yeah. And that's the case you've seen it this whole time. But, whatever. Sick. Okay, then. So, we should wrap this up because it's really late. And these guys that have lives, have to get up in the morning.
It's true.
So, real quick, Mike.
Yes.
Pre-release.
I did better than I have in a very long time. I did a pre-release on Saturday and on Sunday. They were, 4 rounds with prizes based on record.
God,
and for both of them,
so glad Lucky's back.
Yeah. And for both of the events I went to, I started out 3-0 and then ended up splitting with my opponent in the 4th round.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I got 6 packs of prize in each one. And also at the end of each one, someone who was sitting nearby when I was opening up my packs was like, hey, you want these commons and uncommons? I'm like, sure. So got a bunch of those too. Oh, and on Sunday, one of the cards I opened in my prize packs was a foil Solemnity. And
Ooh.
yeah, so and I traded into Lucky for packs of Amonkhet. So and he traded me 5 packs of Amonkhet for the foil Solemnity. So I got even more stuff.
Nice.
That was great. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah, let's see here. The cycling deserts that make colored mana are awesome.
Yeah.
It was pretty easy to splash a third color on Saturday. I was white and green, and I splashed black for some really good removal cards. On Sunday, I think I was in black and green. Can't remember. I was in black and something else. Yeah, probably black and green. Partly because I had 3 Torment of Venom, which is ridiculous.
Is that the common one?
Yeah, that's the common one.
I really like the common one.
Yeah, the instant, 3 -1/-1 counters and then Torment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was completely crazy having 3 of them.
Nice.
Excuse
Oh
me.
my
Bless you.
god. Are you okay?
Was there a color that felt like it wasn't as good as the others, or did everything feel pretty well balanced?
It was hard to tell from a personal point of view since I played such a limited range of colors over the 2 days, but there wasn't any of them that seemed just kind of dumb or pointless.
Okay.
I did like Eternalize a lot better than I liked Embalm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Embalm is nice, even though Embalm is nice in that you can get, 2 creatures out of 1 card, they're usually just like tiny whatever creatures. So later in the game, it doesn't matter as much. But getting the 4/4 back from a card with Eternalize matters a whole lot. Especially if it has an ability, which almost all of them do. Even if you're just talking about the white one with Vigilance.
Yeah.
4/4 with Vigilance later in the game is pretty huge and limited.
Nice. Well, very well done, sir.
Thank you.
Good job. Sorry that I couldn't go.
I was in
So-
Busch Gardens, so I don't give a
Yeah.
day.
I probably only did so well because I didn't have to get matched up against any of you guys
Yeah, we
for the
didn't
first time in forever.
We didn't have to play each other.
Yeah.
That is a surefire way. Don't be at the same shop. Yup. All right, then. Well, I'm sure people, wanted to know. So there you go. Did you open any sick bombs?
Let's see. My promo card on the first day was Hour of Glory. That was one of the reasons that I splashed black. I splashed black for Hour of Glory, for some other really good removal spell, and for the big beetle, the green-black beetle that can throw -1/-1 counters around.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then, let's see, other bombs. I got 2 of the uncommon angel with cycling, the 4/4, on Saturday. That was really good. I didn't get anything on the Glorybringer or Liliana level this time, like I did during the Amonkhet pre-release. On Saturday, I had an Adorned Pouncer, the cat. Yeah, the cat with Double Strike and Eternalize. And I had the green Kenra with Eternalize who pumps someone when he enters the battlefield.
Nice.
And there were multiple games where on turn 2 I played the Adorned Pouncer, and then on turn 3 I played that Kenra and was able to swing in for a total of 6 because of the Double Strike.
And both of those have Eternalize.
Yes, they do. And they're amazing.
Good job.
Thanks. And then on Sunday, my promo card was the demon with power and toughness equal to the number of cards in your graveyard. He made the deck, but I didn't actually get a chance to cast him.
Sometimes that happens. You're like done with the tournament, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I had this fantastic card. Too bad I never drew it."
Yeah, where
Like,
was this
ever.
damn thing during the show?
Yeah.
And that's happened to all of us plenty of times.
Nice. Okay, then. So I guess that's that.
Mhm.
Okay. Awesome. Well done, sir.
Good job.
Wait, we haven't recorded since then, right?
No.
No.
I went to Busch Gardens and I took So I went with my cousin Michelle and her husband Ted and their two kids, Steven, 16, Laura. How old is Laura? 11?
14?
I think Laura's 11, and McKinley is 14. She is the cousin that went with me. She's really cool, dude. We listened to like metal music and headbanged the whole trip up there. Like, we listened to Du Hast 3 times. 2 of them were her idea. Like, the first 2. Like, because her mom is also a metalhead, so, you know, she's absorbed it. She was flipping through the stuff on my iPod going, "You've only got one Linkin Park song on here? What are you, a Tool?" And I'm like, So yeah, she'd never ridden a roller coaster ever. So we went to break her of that. We got her on the Loch Ness Monster because it's like everybody's first roller coaster in the area.
Yeah.
And she got off and we were like, "How was it?" And she's like, "I don't know." I'm like, "Did you like it?" She goes, "I don't know." I was like, "Did you barf?" She's like, "No." I was like, "Did you die?" She's like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, you're good then. Let's go." And we got her on the Invader, which is new. I'd never seen it before. Like, it's new since last year when I was there. And it's a wooden coaster.
Mm-hmm.
And because that's what I was thinking. But because it's brand new, it had the longest line of the day, which was only like 30 minutes because you go on Sunday because nobody's there. It's amazing. And we got off of it and she was like, "That was cool." And I was like, "That was way cooler than I expected." Because I was a wooden coaster, you know. But it was a lot of fun. And then we got her on the Alpengeist, which is the inverted coaster.
Right.
And we made her ride up front because it's the Alpengeist. That's how you ride it. Shut up. Get up front. And she was like, "Oh, God, I don't want to do this. How did you get me on this?" The whole time. And it was like 90 degrees, and she's all hugged up on me in line. Like, "Oh," and I'm like dying. And I'm like, "Get off me, kid." But, you know, she's nervous. So I'm like, "Okay, fine." And, and we get her on the front, and she pulls the thing down. And she's like, "I don't believe you talked me into this. I'm going to die. And then I'm going to kill you." And we start going up the hill, and she's like, "Ah." And then we were halfway down the first hill, like the big drop, and she screams, "This is awesome!" And I was like, that was quick. And we immediately had an adrenaline junkie on our hands. And she was nervous getting on every coaster. There are 7 big coasters there. And she was nervous getting on each one the first time. And after that, it was, let's go again. Hell yeah, let's go. And we were like, dude. Even the Griffin, which I posted a picture that another cousin, because we had a bag, so somebody always waited to be the bag holder, you know? And to wait with Laura, because Laura didn't ride all of the big coasters. So she snapped a picture of us on the Griffin. The Griffin is one that is shaped funny. It's 10 seats across and only 3 seats long. So instead of being a long train, it's a very short, wide train, which means like 3 people on each end are looking down at nothing because they're not over the rail. And it takes you up to the top of the hill. It's a 90-degree drop, by the way, straight down. I looked it up. It is actually straight down. It takes you to the top of the hill, leans the first row down, looking down, like your head is at like a 45-degree angle. Like you are hanging off the edge, and it stops for like 5 or 10 seconds. And it's awful. Like, I was last year when I went, I'm looking at that. I'm like, I don't want to do that. That's not cool. And they're like, "It's awesome." I'm like, "That's not cool, man." And then I was on it. And when you're going up, the way that the hill is very steep, but the way that the train is actually situated, it feels like you're laying flat on your back going straight up.
Right.
And I could understand why she was so nervous, because I was nervous and I've ridden this thing before. And it gets to the top and it hangs us over. And when it clicks and there's like a little shutter, she went, "Huh!" And I'm like, "Are you looking?" She's like, "No." I was like, "Come on, it's awesome." She's like, "No." And then it cuts loose and you fall straight. I don't know if you guys have ever ridden a roller coaster with a 90-degree drop. It is different than any coaster with an actual incline. Like, it's straight down is completely different. And she said she opened her eyes about halfway through the next loop after that. She, like, her eyes were screwed shut basically from the time we got to the top of the hill until we were in the next thing. Yeah. And then she was like, "Woo!" And she actually talked us into going back to ride that one last time at like 9:30 when we were all ready to go and we were next to the exit. And she's like, "Can we please go ride the Griffin again?" So we carted our asses halfway across the park, right before close to write it one more time in the dark. And let me tell you, it's even more awesome in the dark. So yeah, she's our newest adrenaline junkie. She's like, I want to write them all. We're going to Carowinds next. Come on, Chewie, let's go. And I'm like, yeah. So I was so proud of her. Anyway, that's what I was doing instead of pre-releasing. So hanging out with family and breaking in a roller coaster noob. It was a lot of fun.
I was celebrating my 10-year anniversary, which we didn't do a whole lot, actually. We went out to dinner for our anniversary, but then the next weekend, my parents came into town, and for the first time in 6 years, we successfully had spent a night away from Sam, which I say successfully because we tried to do it a while ago, and then Mom, who had come down to babysit, had to go and have her appendix out, so we got called back. So that was a bit of a bust. So, but it took us a while, both myself and Carrie, to be in a place where we were comfortable with that. And I know some people, I've talked to other parents, and within the first 5 months, they're like, "Hey, Mom, Dad, come watch our kid." But that's a lot easier when your parents live in the same state as you, and not so easy when the closest parents are over 8 hours away. So, and again, we had to make sure we were in the right place emotionally. So we did go to Asheville, which is where we got married, and my parents stayed here, and we successfully did not call the whole time. The only texting we had was because my cousin gave birth while we were gone. So we're like, wow.
Dang!
Yeah. But we had a fabulous time, and it was nice. And I've never felt like, getting a bit personal here, but I've never felt like we had to reconnect. I don't feel like we've always been great at communicating. First and foremost, we were friends first, and I feel like we talk really well. So this was not like we don't know who we are anymore after 10 years. This was more of just a chance to spend some alone time that we hadn't had in a long time. And I think both of us felt like it all went really, really well. And it was lovely. So I missed the pre-release mostly due to the fact that we were getting ready for other things like my parents coming in. But, while I certainly hope that everybody like Mike went and had a good time, the time was not right for me to go to a pre-release. And the set, while it looks interesting, I was not like, oh no, how can I live without this? It wasn't. It was not like the biggest deal, especially compared to stuff like that. So
multiple people did ask about where you and Chewie were and what you're up to and how you're doing.
I stopped by Lucky's the other day because I'm looking for something. And I can't talk about what it is because it's a secret project. See, this is me being cryptic. And Lucky mentioned that you had said where we were. So, well, I think we should
say hi.
I think we need to go and wrap this up because Dirk is about to fall asleep if he hasn't already. I didn't want to interrupt the Busch Gardens stories and all that because I think that's cool. But, Dirk, you want to go ahead and have your final thought?
I do believe I have a job.
Sick.
Good.
Nice.
Good. I know that was a
I
concern.
do believe because I had told Chewie at the very beginning of this that I have a big laundry list of stuff I have to do. So
I have to do laundry too. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
that was terrible.
I do too, actually.
That was terrible. Please keep going.
So my position is at the Academy at Smith in Guilford County.
Okay.
And the thing is that Guilford County is sort of slowly sending me a list of things that they need. As in, here's these couple things we need. Okay, thank you. Next day, okay, here's the next little bit of things we need you to send us. Okay, thank you. Instead of sending me everything at once so I can go ahead and be knocking things out broadly, I keep getting little bitty things. So, and the worst part is a lot of the stuff that they're asking for is stuff that I've submitted to the state, as in the state of North Carolina, DPI, Department of Public Instruction, has this stuff, because if they didn't have it, I wouldn't be a teacher.
So all they need to do is get that information from DPI.
So really what they need to do is just go ask DPI for, is this person, does he have enough stuff to be a teacher? And for them to go, yeah.
but they don't feel like doing that, so they're asking you for it.
So they're saying, you need to give us a copy of this. You need a transcript from UNCG and Elon. You need to send us your teaching, scores when you took the teaching test. And I'm like, you do realize that, my praxis, which is the teaching test stuff, like I took that like 13 years ago.
What's the name?
14 years ago. So you guys do understand that I have to dig through a pile of boxes to see if I can find my paperwork that has my original score on it.
They need a praxis holdout. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, darn. I know.
And then I have to I print off something for a medical exam, which I knew I needed to get a medical exam done anyway, but I usually I would get them done in the summer, and I haven't had a chance to schedule an appointment. Now I really have to schedule an appointment because the academy teaches on the middle college schedule, which means that classes start on the 3rd of August. So in 2 weeks.
I was going to say, that's like soon.
Yeah.
Well, luckily, you'll be moved in. That's the weekend after you move, right? Or that's the week after you move in.
So I'll be moved in that Saturday, officially moved in, and then I start work. I start work on Monday.
What's the name of the place?
The Academy at Smith.
The Academy at Smith. I'm going to write that down because Carrie's going to say, "Where's he working?" I'm going to be like, "I don't remember."
I don't know. Someplace.
Well, that's essentially where the Academy is that you go down Holden, and when you can see the Kearney Towers, that's about where the school is. Like the big tower over by Four Seasons?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about where it is.
And what grade are you going to be teaching?
I will be teaching biology and physiology and anatomy.
Whoa.
Cool.
Which I have never taught anatomy and physiology before, but I'm familiar. I'm familiar with all the terms and stuff of that sort. So
good, because I'll be teaching it in 2 weeks.
Exactly. The first couple days are, all right, let me introduce you to the class. This is how the class runs. Okay, let's go over sort of how we're going to do this. All right, let's go over lab stuff.
Don't you need to have a lesson plan, though?
Yeah. But yeah, and it's because it's a middle college, the classes are smaller. They cater more towards less of the traditional high school population and more of those who are first-time graduates, like they're family-wise, that they would be the first high school graduates, first college graduates, those sort of populations.
Wow, that's cool. That's really interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and you have to apply to be at the academy, so these are more likely to be the kids who are wanting to be in school.
So wait, you're telling me that you're going to have classes that are all basically the equivalent of your honors classes at previous schools, which were your favorites?
Pretty much.
Dude,
nice.
High five!
That's not just, I got a job. That's like, hey, I actually got a job, like a good job. Not to say that your previous job wasn't good, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just my big headache right now is that they keep trickling me in the stuff that I need to get done. And then I'm just like, really, guys? Really? This is what you need me to find?
I'm moving.
So at some point, so my laundry list tomorrow is I have to go find all that paperwork. I have to go set up a doctor's appointment so I can get a physical done, and
on top
go
of
and
moving,
do a bunch of other random stuff. I have to go take care of daycare and, like I said, random other things that I have to get set up and done for tomorrow, so that hopefully the week of the move, some resources are in place.
Cool.
Sweet, dude. Very happy for you.
I'm way less stressed than I was about 2 weeks ago.
Good.
I think 2 weeks ago I was like, I don't have a job, guys. I'm not going to any pre-release unless I have money.
Dirk was like, I'm going to be that guy that when I do get a job, they're like, didn't you used to work at Target? Yeah, that was me. Shut up.
I'm glad it worked out for you.
I'm too. I was getting a little stressed out about that because I'd had lots of interviews and either they said no, or there's 2 schools I haven't heard back from. Their interviews were 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Huh.
And I have yet to hear back from them.
That's a little unprofessional, if you ask me. Especially this close to the start of the school year.
Well, again, the start of the school year is the 25th, so they've actually got a long ways to go, but I do feel like, particularly with one school, it's been 3 weeks. I should have at least been told yes or no. I would rather have been told no than for them to still have not said anything. Of course, at this point, if they offered me the position, I would just be like, sorry.
My bad.
It's not like you didn't have the ample time to say yes or no.
It's not like you're me looking for a job and you're, just trying to find some random nonsense where 800 people are applying. You're like, this is an actual career thing. I agree with Brian. I think it's a little unprofessional that they haven't gotten back to you yet.
Yeah.
But oh well.
But I'm glad it worked out for you.
Dude, yeah, that's awesome.
I am too.
All right. So who,
Yeah.
is anyone left?
I have just a couple. I'm going to do a potpourri of final thoughts just very quickly. Number one, Mike, I wanted to tell you that if you have not been on YouTube, Pro Jared, who honestly I had no idea who he was until Chewie pointed me in his direction to watch some RPG related
I know where this
stuff.
is going.
Yep.
Is this
Mike,
yesterday's video?
He's put up 2. So
Yeah, it's interesting because a few weeks ago, Stark was saying that he thought he remembered Pro Jared already doing some videos on it, but then he went and looked and he couldn't find them. So
he did a review video of it.
Yeah, he did a review on his main channel,
and it was funny because
right, that's what Stark was able to find, a review video.
He just called it
gameplay ones.
He just called it Magic the Gathering, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" And then I saw what it was. Name. I know, but still, I was like, "Oh, well, I've never."
Actually,
but now it's on his Pro Jared Plays channel. So
yeah, he has a separate channel that's his Let's Play channel where he puts up one video a day. And actually, the Chandelar, he's playing Chandelar, by the way, you guys.
Yeah, that's what
his first Chandelar video actually made the daily update yesterday or today. I forget which.
Which is funny because today he posted the second episode of it.
Yeah,
so
I think he sits down and records a week or two's worth of those at once.
I think he does. They are still releasing it. He got together with the Beard Bros and they were playing Secret of Mana 3-player. And they have released all but either the last one or last 2 episodes. Of course, it depends on how long it takes them to finish the game, but they've only got the last level left. So I've been watching that. It's been entertaining. The other quick thing I wanted to mention was that I think 2 weeks ago I said, we should be hearing more about whatever Hearthstone's next expansion is going to be soon. And that night, they announced it, and I was like, wow. And I gotta say, it looks pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
I hate you.
Yeah, I know you do. So I was just going to say, it was funny that we were talking about that. But honestly, I've already mentioned the anniversary, all that good stuff. It's late, so that's it for me.
Word. Well done as always, sir. Thank you very much for the...
I thank you, Jars. Thank you.
Jars knows he's awesome. And if he doesn't, dude, get it through your head. Your wife didn't marry you because you suck. Aw. I need to meet Jars one day. That would be awesome.
That'd be a bit expensive.
Yeah, well, it would have to have a series of amazing coincidences, or I'd have to hit the lottery. But since I don't play the lottery, I don't see that happening.
That would also be an amazing coincidence.
Find the winning lottery ticket, stuck to the side of a gas pump or something like that.
Anyway, right then. So does anyone else have anything? Or should I wrap it up? I take from your silence that we're good. So, you can find us all over the internet. We are The Mana Pool. So, themanapool.com is where you find the archive of the podcasts. You can find the YouTube videos, youtube.com/themanapool, where, most recently, actually, just before we started recording, I made public the final episode of Shovel Knight. Yes, I finally finished Shovel Knight, or at least the Shovel Knight campaign. And it was so awesome.
It was really good.
It was really good. Cool. I was very proud of me. In the previous episode, I had a boss rush that I smashed on my second attempt. I finished the Tower of Doom series. I recorded Dungeons and Dragons Chronicles of Mystara, the Tower of Doom, the old arcade quarter-munching beat-em-up. Jungle Rat Rob from the Retro League and I played through that. We're going to try to get a full team of 4, like a full party, to do Shadows over Mystara, the second game, because the second game is much more involved and interesting. Of course, Left 4 Dead is still going up when Bill and Scott and Squanto and I were running around killing zombies and tormenting each other. And that's a lot of fun. Like, a lot of fun. Like, too much fun. And I guess that's everything that's been... And of course, the weekly Tavern Brawl video has been going up every week. I was going to record some Rogue Legacy several days for like the last, 2 weeks. I've been like, right, I'm going to record Rogue Legacy. Hello, can you go to Fayetteville? Damn it! So every time I decide it's time to record Rogue Legacy, I get a phone call and I have to drive. I got back from lunch today and I'm like, right, let's record some... Can you go to Statesville? So... Unfortunately, making the money directly has to supersede making the money indirectly. But next time I have a day where they don't call me, I'm going to record more Rogue Legacy. And now that I have Shovel Knight, the first part of Shovel Knight finished, I'm going to start a new series. I don't actually know what. Something relatively short that won't take 80 episodes, which means it'll take 2 years to finish at the rate that I put up videos. But yeah, I've got several things in the works, but that's YouTube. Go check it out, watch videos, subscribe if you like. That's awesome. We broke 100,000 views eventually, somehow. I didn't see that happen. I just looked at the views and now it's at 100,963. Like, how about that? So yay. You can also do the Twitch thing at twitch.tv/themanapool, where this morning at 4:28 a.m., I got an email from Twitch saying that the Chewie eyebrow raised emote was approved. So all of the Twitch subscribers can now go use that in Twitch, in any Twitch chat they like. So please go spread the Chewie eye. The Chewie, as it's called.
I'm going to go do that right now.
Well, you have to be a subscriber first, so no, you're not.
I'm going to go do that later.
Now, subscribing on Twitch involves actual money or Amazon Prime. For those of you who don't know, because I didn't know until I started, it's $5 a month, $4.99. Or if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you get one free subscription to just give to someone.
Cool.
Yeah, ever since the whole affiliate thing happened, they've been rolling out these multiple ways for us smaller streamers to monetize it. We got the ability to receive bits, which is the Twitch currency. It's sort of like a tip, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And that was cool. And then they opened up the profit sharing. If you're playing a game and someone buys that game from Twitch from your channel, you get a piece of the profits. So that's cool. Mm-hmm. And then they opened up subscriptions, which is where like the sustained income comes from. And so that's cool. We actually have a small amount of subscriptions, which is insane to me. And thank you all so much for the support. And even if you don't want to throw money at me via Twitch or your Amazon Prime subscription, that's cool. You can just watch the streams or you can hit the follow button. We've got, I don't know how many followers. I'm afraid to open Twitch for fear that something will start playing in your ear. So that's all cool. And then if you want to help support all of this more directly, you can go to patreon.com/themanapool, where you can get, if you so choose, Manapool episodes and YouTube videos early, or you can get that and the odds and ends, all the stuff recorded before and after both Monday Night Magic and the Manapool that's uncensored and unfiltered. And it's just us being goobers, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
See?
I love goobers.
You can even occasionally hear Brian swear. Nowhere near as frequently as you hear Clues swear, which is fairly regularly.
Me swearing is like, it's not even mythic. It's like an expedition. Like, that's how rare it is.
It's like, are you okay? And if you are exceptionally generous, you can get all of that, the odds and ends and the early stuff, and get your name on the end screen for every video that goes up in each month that you support at that tier. And I appreciate all of that. It's what helps keep the lights on and help me stay able to chase the dream until all of these other forms of monetization are able to sustain me. Yay!
Oh, I know what my last one was going to be. Okay,
Aha!
real quick. D23 happened last weekend, and
Right?
Kingdom Hearts 3 will come out in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Lies.
Finally.
Don't
They
believe
didn't
it.
say what month. They didn't say what quarter. And it
Christmas.
could be pushed back, but this is literally the first time any official source has said a year. Not to mention they also released footage of the Toy Story world, and it looks freaking awesome.
Dude,
So,
no way.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'll send you a link real quick. But yeah, so awesome. Sorry, keep going.
Oh, that was it. Oh, and all the other
Right.
places to find us. You can find us on Facebook.com/TheManaPool and Twitter.com. Twitter is @TheManaPool. And Twitter is where I'm most active. So if you want to just get random snippets of whatever it is I'm talking about, that's where to go. Facebook is a way to keep track of everything that we do. When podcasts go up or when videos go up or when Twitch goes live, it all pops up on the Facebook page. And it's another way to get in touch with us and give us feedback and all that good stuff. And all feedback anywhere is very much appreciated. Comments on anything, emails, dorks@themanapool.com, just anywhere. Give us feedback. Let us know what you think of whatever it is we're doing, especially the RPG, because then it makes Brian feel good.
Yay. Thank you.
And so, yeah, with that, we will be done. So what episode is this again?
71? 471?
Episode 471, yes. So a big thanks to Brian for his amazing system that he's worked out over there from the ground up. It's awesome. And a big thanks to you other two, of course, but whatever. Not as much as Brian this week.
Yeah.
A big thanks to Dirk for shooting an arrow in the knee.
Ankle. Just shooting for the Achilles tendon.
Shh, there's a knee. Shut up. It's funnier that way. Memes. Memes equals downloads. So we're selling out. This has been episode 471 of the Mana Pool. Thank you all so very much for listening, and go play some Magic.